Let's come to Gauteng, where the ANC has handpicked its provincial chairperson, Panyaza Lesufi, to take over from the outgoing Premier David Makhura. Makhura resigned yesterday after 8 years of service. His last day in the office will be tomorrow. Now, Lesufi, who is also currently the Education MEC, is expected to be elected as the new Premier tomorrow. It's all eyes now on him because he's going to have to form his new cabinet. There's going to be a lot of speculation and interest in this cabinet of Panyaza Lesufi. My colleague, our reporter here, Pule Letshwiti-Jones, has been following the developments there. He joins us now back here in the studio. Pule, you were at that briefing a little bit earlier. We heard from the man of the moment, Panyaza Lesufi. I mean, some people will be saying it's not a surprise because he was a chairperson. Historically, that's what the ANC has done. They seem to be emphasizing the smoothness of the transition from David Makhura to Panyaza Lesufi. Very interesting.
I mean, this goes back to about a few months ago where the outgoing Gauteng Premier David Makhura said he was not axed, booted out or recalled by the Provincial Executive Committee of Gauteng. However, this was a talk that's been through the pipelines in the last couple of months, saying that this would be a smooth transitioning to giving power to the next touted candidate, being the chairperson of the ANC in Gauteng, Mr. Panyaza Lesufi. As far as we are concerned, the Provincial Executive Committee had an urgent, sitting yesterday where they convened and spoke about this. They've given it the green light. The ANC caucus and members of the provincial legislature have been given the updates regarding the development, and of course they've agreed that Panyaza Lesufi be the preferred premier candidate who goes into that position. However, of course, what we understand is that the opposition parties are not happy. Action is saying that this replacement won't be of any better. It's not going to make a difference. So already he's coming in with a lot of challenges and outroar from opposition parties. He's coming in at the time whereby he needs to face a lot of issues that he needs to resolve, such as what we're seeing now as the water cuts as well, the energy crisis in the province, as well as service delivery. Those are the things that have been spoken about, but he's quite adamant that he, with his team, can do a lot to ensure that they prioritize that. Panyaza Lesufi has, of course, hailed Makhura for his time as the Premier, saying that he was a great leader in the ANC and will continue to serve his responsibilities in the ANC, and saying that even in governments, they're quite proud of what he has done so far. Perhaps we can just take a listen to what he had to say about Makhura's tenure.
I'm humbled that the African National Congress felt fit that I must be their candidate. This movement is a glorious movement that has gone through difficulties. It has gone through pain. It has also gone through insults. And for it to say amongst all of us, we think you are the right person to represent us, it humbles me. And I accept that with humility, and I accept that with open mind and open hands. This is not something to celebrate, but it serves as a reminder that we need to do work. We need to serve our people, we need to protect our people, but most importantly, we need to ensure that this particular province can be a province of opportunities and can be a province that can attract talent. Good people, the number of young people that are leaving our country because of instability is shocking. The number of lawlessness, where people are even scared of their own shadows in their own houses, it's worrisome. The number of informal settlements, where children are playing with open sewer, it's worrisome. So if you are assigned to be the person that must go and execute that mission and change everything, it's not an easy task. But because we work as a collective, I'm humbled that we'll be equal to the task and will serve our people better.
Mr. Panyaza Lesufi, we've got accustomed to how he speaks and manages situation, even at the worst of times as MEC of Education around schools, whether there's been violence or death of people, just how he comes across. There was nothing different there. Wonder if that will really hold him in good stead when he takes over the reins as Premier. But the big question is who's going to, for example, be his successor? as education MEC. Remember a few years ago, Pule, when David Makhura reshuffled the provincial government, he moved Panyaza Lesufi from education to finance. And there was an uproar from the ordinary residents of the province saying, no, we want this man to stay in education. Many parents say, please don't remove Panyaza from education. It's going to be interesting how he reshuffles his cabinet, who he puts and who he chooses to be part of this cabinet, especially because it's only 2 years before the national and provincial elections in 2024.
That's been part of the PEC discussions as far as we understand. It's essential that when he comes in with his team to see how they're going to try and change what he's just spoken about, which speaks to the number of people who were leaving the country due to instability, crime,
especially young
South Africans, yes, and other issues such as crime, poor service delivery, amongst others. And what we understand is that now what they have to do is to discuss with the internal structures in the ANC and, of course, the tripartite alliance partners regarding this, cabinet reconfiguration provincially in Gauteng. And, he's also refused to answer some of the questions as to who are some of the names that will be reshuffled. We've gotten some few names from insiders. However, he said that we have to wait till he's finalized the names and he comes forward with his...
first he has to be sworn in tomorrow, then he has to consult and finalize the names. We're going to be watching those names very carefully because they tell you a tale. And it's just how many months? 2 months before the conference as well? The national elected conference of the ANC.
Yes.
So there's a lot of juggling to do, a lot of political play that will be coming out. Thank you very much, Pule Letshwiti-Jones. An update there of what has happened in the ANC in the province of Gauteng. This province, we're going to have a new premier as of tomorrow and possibly a reshuffled provincial cabinet after Mr. Panyaza Lesufi takes over from David Makhura tomorrow.